Hello, ladies. Let us wait a few minutes for others to join and then we begin. Wonderful. Probably good. Dun, dun, dun. Insert camera. Oh, Mansoor, you went for Umrah.
I wish if that's true. Just change of style.
Fair enough. Going bald is always good for a man. It's the most OP hairstyle. Wonderful. So, who knows what we're going over today? Nope, you're all wrong. It's negative report. So, yeah. My camera might die on me, but yeah, let's see. Okay. So let's wait for a few more people to come, and we're doing a very fun session, very interactive session called bullying. Wonderful. Let's just wait 2 minutes. Abu Bakr, please turn on camera.
I'm just walking home from work. I'll join the camera when I'm home.
No worries. Just please, if you're gonna get hit by a car, turn on your camera.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful. So we're gonna kick it off with a game called bullying. This is a game where you sweat, the prospect sweats, and it's about making the other person feel uncomfortable. The biggest issue with negative report, people don't understand what to do. They don't have the confidence to do it. They do not have the confidence to tell somebody else that they suck. Right? So, bullying. Right? If you guys want, we can do the opposite, which is also a valid exercise, which is sharing, where we're going to go through and everyone's going to share deep, dark secrets, anything that could be judged, we share. So let's have a vote. Who would rather share and who would rather do bullying? Put it in the chat or say it out loud.
I'd rather share.
Bullying.
Bullying, yeah.
Share.
Why the fuck is it? Fucking 2 and 2. Okay, one of you change your mind. So, from my conclusion, two people don't want to share because they aren't comfortable in sharing their truths, and the other two recognize that they need to share their truth out into the open world in order to feel better. So,
Bullying is fun though.
okie dokie. So, let's do both. Half the time we're going to spend bullying, the other half of the time. Oh no, actually, fuck it. Let's make it easy. Half the game we're playing sharing. Yes? Where we share, we talk, and then the other half we use everything against everybody else. So please make sure you take notes and remember everyone else's weak points. The whole purpose behind sharing as an exercise is not to mentally masturbate, feel bad for each other, feel good for each other. The whole point of the exercise is to understand that no one actually cares. And the deeper you can go and the more open you can be, the better you will be. I'll give an example to myself. A very long time ago, I had, what was it? Yes, I had a fear that I would be judged for my past, for who I am, so on and so forth, and people would use it against me. So I never shared anything about myself. Then I was like, fuck, if everybody knows everything about me, no one can use anything against me. Haha, genius plan. And then I overshared it, fucked up. And what is anyone going to use against me? Everyone knows everything. There's nothing to fucking hide. Or you're going to say something everybody else knows. All right. So we're going to kick this off with who would like to go first?
I
Ishmael,
don't
by
mind,
the
but
way, yeah, before we all
go.
go, I just have a question about, the sharing part and all that stuff. Shall we keep everything to ourselves? Shall we share a decent bit with, family, friends, that kind of stuff about what we're doing, or
Or about work or about personal feelings?
work related stuff?
Yeah,
Like
fuck. Why are you
not
going to
not
talk?
not everything, not every single thing, but maybe
Nothing.
some achievements or stuff like this.
The less you tell others about what you do, the easier it will be for you to do it.
Yeah.
That,
Okay.
yes. So I believe Alex had commented. So Alex, you want to share first? The goal here is to make
Yeah,
yourself, if you
just
can,
anything that makes me look bad, basically.
anything that's going to make you sweat.
Well, I have basically three close friends. They're all idiots. So when I'm normal lifestyle, I keep myself away, I keep myself in the work. But when I meet with the boys and then we drink, I always get like fucking hopeful that something happens and they change their mind and they get their shit together. And it's been like this for a few years. And I know it's shit, but I still keep doing it for whatever reason. Like I keep mm, hoping for what's not there, basically.
Did that make you sweat?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, good. But let's times that by 10. Mansoor.
Well, when times get tough, sometimes I just sleep a lot to avoid the things that I have to do.
Very good. Abu Bakr.
Um, I don't really care that much about my father.
Good one. Very good one. We've kicked it up a level. Dio.
Uh, Give me a sec. Okay. I am not sure how to say this, but I think I'm not the best with friends because in school they're just all, how do I say this, a bit too normal, and this sort of interferes with my opinions on certain things they should say, they shouldn't say, and it's kind of that I believe. I see their point when we're arguing or some stuff, but at the same time, it's that they do their normal stuff and they can't, you know, sort of look ahead, look what's coming. They can't figure out life. They haven't thought about this yet, and they just wasting time to some extent doing stupid shit that especially caring about what others think. And
Dio, did that make you sweat?
well, I not
Yes,
sure.
yes or no?
No, no.
Cool. So you failed that one. Alex.
Hmm. Um, Well, I'm in a long-term relationship, 6 years with a French chick, and basically over these 6 years, I've locked in more and more every year. And the more I lock in, the more I feel like she doesn't just doesn't get me. So it's like scary because, well, I see her as wife material, you know. So, but the more I lock in, the more I progress. The lonelier I feel with her, if that makes sense.
Very good. Rudra, you fucked this up, Rudra.
Yes. So first of all, I'm confused what we are talking about because I was 5 minutes late. Yeah, because I
Okay.
was having a call with AJ.
Rudra, Grand Buffet, we are sharing anything that can make you sweat. We're sharing the uncomfortable truths in fear of judgment of other people or in judgment of ourselves. So I'll come back to you guys as you think of something that you can share that will make you sweat. Abu Bakr.
Uh, fuck. At the moment, I am kind of obsessed with this girl, and I don't think she likes me back. But I can't tell yet.
Mansoor.
Well, I have kind of fear toward the huge social gathering, so to speak.
A fear of what, sorry?
Social gatherings.
Okay, okay. Dio, back to you. Give us something good.
Mm. I feel like I'm not good enough yet to get into a relationship.
The Bulls also don't work yet, so that's fine. Grand Buffet.
I fear I fear this confidence that I have with myself that is backed by not backed by any actionable plan, more backed based on previous experiences and results that I've seen. So I have this unwavering confidence that I will make it. Now, if you ask me for a plan as into how I'm going to make it, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But the confidence that I have in me is a scary confidence that I don't understand because, quite frankly, no one is able to take that confidence away from you, regardless of what you say, even if it makes more sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's
Okay.
something that's troubling me sometimes.
Did sharing that make you sweat?
To a degree, I suppose.
Rudra?
Uh, Talking with new people, like especially in front of you, because like my accent is not that much good, and you ask me questions, and I don't know the answers about that, so it makes me feel sweat. Even on the cold calling, when I'm reading the script or telling them, some of the people told me that your accent is like very thick, and I didn't get you, so I need to repeat myself again and again, and it makes me feel sweat at that time.
Mansoor?
Well, having my hair zero, for example, cutting all my hair. I think it's a bit uncomfortable.
Dio?
I'm kind of afraid, again, on the hair topic, that I'm afraid of losing all my hair someday, which I really don't want to happen.
Wonderful. Alex?
Well, I have been losing here, but I'm just gonna make money and do transplant. But that's not But I think I give a shit more than people give a shit about it. Because I used to have like long hair and shit.
Abu Bakr?
Um, one of my best friends who I've known for years, I realize he's a pretty bad person. But my whole friend group still likes him, so I kind of have to go along with it.
What a bitch. Rudra.
Talking with girls, sometimes it makes me uncomfortable because of language. Sometimes about my looks when I was new to Canada, I was not like comfortable with the culture and I was not having friends. As in my back home, I was having a lot of friends and a group. So that makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
Okay. JB?
Something that makes me uncomfortable is when I'm trying to understand or learn something. So I ask all sorts of dumb questions, not dumb questions, but inquisitive questions. And then certain people look at me and class me along with other blacks. I hate it. For some, yeah, I just hate it. Just works on my nerves.
Dio?
I think I'm not the best in social circles with average people. Not that I'm not super average, but still, I think I'm something more. So
Mansoor?
Losing a loved one.
Hmm?
Losing a loved one.
Someone died?
No, just the fear of that.
Okay. Alex?
Mm. Well, I used to box professionally, and then I stopped because I was working too much. And basically, ever since, I feel like a pussy for stopping, even though I had reasons. But in my head, those reasons are not good enough. If that makes sense. Because I feel like if I didn't stop, I could get like much further. So that makes me scared to not quit, even though quitting is never really an option. Like I don't trust myself because of that as much.
Rudra?
Overthinking, like what if I didn't get successful, or as well as what if I cannot make it? Like, what will I tell to my family and other members?
JB?
I'm afraid that potentially someday, somehow, someone manages with a little percentage that there's a chance someone manages to pushes me to the point that I do something irreversible that I know I'm capable of doing based on past, yeah, based on the past.
You're gonna have a sex change. No. Okay. Final round, Dio.
I'm trying to learn how to fight because it's always been frustrating when, even as a joke, somebody threatens you and, you can't do shit about it. Rather, you have some, how do you say them, like human reflexes, but other than that, you can't do much. So trying to do something about it.
Mansoor?
Like maybe traveling abroad, like being alone.
You're scared to travel abroad alone?
No, it's kind of, being like away from your familiar circle. So yeah. That's it.
Yeah, Alex.
Mm. I struggle with confidence. I used to be too confident, almost cocky, and then I worked on that and like put myself in my place, but I think I overdid it because no matter what achievements I do or how much I progress, sometimes I just struggle to trust in myself. But if I look at, like, I keep comparing myself to like ideal me, and then I fucking fill myself with doubt and stupid thoughts when like objectively when I look at what I do every day and like just my whole like progress over years and stuff, like I should have no reason to, but then I still struggle to be confident.
Okay. Abu.
Um, yeah, I think kind of the same, lack of confidence. That's really it.
David.
Comparing myself with others, especially of my age, when I look them that they're doing much more better than me, I feel underconfident at that time.
And final one, JB.
The idea of dying alone.
Interesting. Sounds like the fears of an orphan. Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Oh, 100%. Speaking
There
from
you go. Wouldn't you like to share with the group?
relatability. Now, as much as I'd love to. So now the second part of the exercise begins. Now, did anybody take notes on other people?
A little
I
bit.
did.
Very good. David, JB, you missed the beginning part of the call where I explained we're all sharing feelings in order to then bully each other. Wonderful. So feel free. I'll say your name, pick your target, make them sweat. And once, yeah, make them sweat. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm not, I'm not. Deal, pick a target.
Abu Bakr,
Let's go.
why is it that you don't care about your father?
You see, so he had issues with my mother when I was younger. I heard an argument, I realized he did something, and ever since then, I kind of saw him as a bad guy.
Hmm. Did something? What do you mean? Did he
Yeah.
harm her in some way or?
No, so he cheated on her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel horrible, to be honest. It was more, it
Okay,
was worse because the fact my sister was there.
pause. Deal, we're here to bully. Yeah, so what you need to say, did you get
Oh,
upset because mommy wasn't good enough for daddy?
okay. Yeah, sure.
Yes, that's the goal here. The goal is to say stuff, Abu, don't take it personally. The goal is to
Of course.
say stuff that is hyper uncomfortable. Because on a sales call, you will feel very uncomfortable to push negative rapport. Yes. So that is the goal here. It is not, we're not digging. We're just trying to make people feel uncomfortable via bullying. Mansoor, pick a target.
David. So why you're not comfortable speaking to other girls?
Because of my accent, not like you, because of your hair. I can improve my accent, but not like you. I cannot grow your hair, you know?
10, 10. So I'm going to cut you off there. 10, 10, Rudra. Very good. Yeah, comebacks aren't necessarily what we're going for, but very well done. You want us to the exercise. Mansoor, do you want to try again with somebody else?
Yeah. Do you?
Always.
Have you had like fight before with one of your friends?
What? Say that again?
A fight with one of your friends?
No, not really. Only in like second grade, but yeah.
Mm. Have you felt hopeless during that fight, or
No, it was never really a fight, no.
then like do you go to the gym?
Yeah, I do not necessarily to the gym, I do calisthenics, but still train.
Mhm. And like now, do you feel comfortable like having a fight with one of your friends?
Monsieur, the adequate response for that is that's interesting. I can't tell. That's how you respond to him when he says that he does calisthenics. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Alex, pick a target.
Ismael, do you vape because you're too pussy for cigarettes, or do you feel the need to have a stick next to your mouth?
Ah,
You see, that would apply if the cigarette wasn't shaped like a stick. So what's interesting you'll find is when you communicate with women, you come to the realization you don't want your breath to smell like shit. Also, I can get high doses of nicotine in this one. Yeah.
Interesting.
So how
But
old
no
are you
other
again?
sources.
How old are
23.
you again? How does it feel to be 23 looking 35?
Great. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Abu,
I would go with Mansoor.
Yeah, go ahead.
So how's the workload been lately? Have you been handling it well?
Again.
How has the workload been lately? Have you been handling it well?
Well, yeah, you could say so.
Oh,
Been
so you're
having
doing your very best every day, yeah?
no, not really, to be honest,
Oh,
but trying to do
why is
so.
that?
Well, yeah, it's the having the need to balance like the agency and the like being a student in the uni.
Yeah, so why do you waste your time sleeping then? You said before you when you get stressed, you just sleep and waste time.
have none of you ever bullied a person? What you need to tell him is, how does it feel that when life gets tough, you don't handle it like a man, but like a bitch and go to bed? And like, how does it feel? Like, you'd rather be fucking Rapunzel than do anything about it. Do you think your parents are proud of you? Knowing that when you get a little bit stressed, you'd rather go to bed and go to your dreamland than actually deal with your problem? Wonderful. David, pick a target.
Dio.
Like how
All
Dio
right,
is
Dio.
the easy picked target.
you think I'm insecure, but that's not the truth. No.
Mhm.
Go on.
No, nobody said the word
Why
insecure, Dio.
why do you do calisthenics?
Because I like it more than the gym. And
Be honest. Say to the people that you cannot grow muscles.
huh?
Say to everyone that you cannot grow muscles. You cannot gain muscles. That's why you do calisthenics.
Have you ever seen a pro at calisthenics? How they look?
Uh, Show me.
Do I have to pull up Google pictures right now?
Okay,
Of
let's not be Googling calisthenic men topless.
Yeah.
That was a good attempt. Fail. Grand buffet, pick a target.
Should get this. I'll pick David. David, why are you scared to talk to women?
Because of my accent,
What about your accent? I mean,
it's quite a bit thicker,
No, the
It's not
response,
good like black one.
what you need to say is, are you sure it's not because of your 5-year-old face that you're scared to talk to women? I have a feeling it has a little bit more than the accent at play. Is that correct, or is it just the accent?
Oh no, it's accent only.
So the fact that you look like you're 5 years old doesn't play into it?
It plays, but needs some confidence and I know my weakness, so I had never tried it.
But when you deal with one, how are you gonna age? Because you look Dio's age, maybe a bit younger. You guys look like
Yeah,
kind
so
of
I'm 18. Yeah, so I just say 18. I'm not like 25 or something.
what? Look like you're
Yeah, I
14.
just okay.
It looks like Dio protects you in school.
Really?
Yeah.
Ask Dio. He don't know how to kick or how to punch.
So you accept that you're a 14-year-old who goes to school with Dio.
No, I don't. But I'm saying like Dio cannot protect me because first of all he need to protect himself. But he cannot. Ask Dio.
Hmm?
Can you
You're basically
protect yourself?
you're saying that a 15-year-old can't defend you because he can't protect himself. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the top. You guys are really fucking bad at this. Dio,
Mm. Alex, why is it that you used to be confident and now you're not?
Because I ask too much of myself
Say
all the
that
time.
again.
I ask too much of myself all the time, and then
And
I
why
get
do you do that?
disappointed because I want to make money. I want to be the best version of myself. Do you not ask more of yourself?
Yeah, I do, but then why aren't you the best version of yourself?
At least I'm working for it. You said you want to do fighting. So what, you just happened, you expect to just learn how to fight? You expect to just know how to fight?
No, I actively work on that as well, but
Yeah, like how?
how do you improve them?
okay. Yeah,
Well, I
that was
was,
Yeah, this was the shit one.
terrible. What you needed to tell him, and is all the stress that you put on your shoulders the reason that you've lost so much fucking hair.
it is. And also genetics, I guess. Shitty genetics.
Yeah. And then I would have given you a jab at your success rate in your genetic gene pool. But I'm not the one playing the game. Mansoor,
JB,
Salam alaikum.
alaikum salam.
what the fuck are you saying? Well, you don't say welcome salam to a kafir.
Oh,
By the
no,
way, wait.
Listen,
we say it.
you know that you are classified as a nigger, right? You know
No,
you're
no,
black.
no, no, no.
Don't
By the
deny
way, we
that
say
JB,
it.
you're black.
JB. Kafir and kafir is two different words. One's Afrikaans, the other one is Arabic. In Arabic, it means non-believer. In Afrikaans, it means the N word. I'm not calling you the N word. I'm calling you a non-believer. Very similar words. Correct, Mansoor?
Yeah, and then
What, what,
this is new information to me, but
okay, but what does kafir mean?
yeah, the non-believer.
There the
Yeah,
fuck we go. I'm speaking Arabic, not fucking Afrikaans.
So
yeah.
why wouldn't you greet somebody back in your home language because they're non-believer?
Because you are beneath. Yes,
Beneath what? Beneath you.
of course.
You tell yourself those lies every night.
Well, if you want, I can use it in both languages if you want. Yeah. Wonderful. Yes. So, Mansoor, from the top.
Yeah,
Salam
so
alaikum.
alaikum. We say wa alaikum, by the way. This is the right way to say it, you know. So what do you think the source of the strange confidence you described earlier?
Or successes.
Like, do you feel comfortable that you're going to make anything that you try a successful thing?
Okay, guys, pause. This is not fucking Dr. Phil. This is coming across very Dr. Phil-like. We're not going for a Dr. Phil vibe. Yes? He mentioned that he had an issue with being identified as black. So what you need to say is, how does it feel with all this confidence that no matter how successful you are, you will always be seen as black?
Where did you steal that t-shirt?
I think he's asking you that, Ishmael.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You black as well?
Yeah, took from JB. Yeah.
Alex, just Ishmael, yeah?
Yeah. Alex,
Yeah,
you're done.
100%. Um, Let me think. Do you fall down when you walk and there's like hard wind? Do the ears pull you down? Do they flap? Is that why you shave your hair so you have better aerodynamics? No?
No, not at all.
No? Mm,
That's fine. Abu Bakr.
JB,
Like, boy, what's up?
yeah, you said you're scared of asking silly questions, so you don't want to be classed as another just black guy. Are you ashamed of your race?
He is actually.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of us. Fucking, I mean, it's pretty pathetic, mate. The shit that they catch on is unbelievable. And to be classed in the same group, it's not a nice feeling, I'd say. How about
Yeah,
you?
but how does it feel? You can never change that. You're stuck. There's nothing you can do. See, at least me, I'm halfway there. I'm climbing back into the light. You're stuck in the dark. What can you
Uh,
do? You
I
always be
wouldn't say I
seen as
can't
just
do
a black
anything
guy.
about it. It's all about geographical positioning. In different countries, black people are seen almost as if you go to Russia, I hear Russian women like black men. So it's all about where you are in the world, I suppose.
JB, you will get shot if you go to Russia. Okay, fine.
okay, he
There
can
you
always pull Michael Jackson.
There you go.
David. Yeah, Rudra.
JV.
Oh, fuck. Is everyone going after the black man? All right.
Why are you sitting naked?
um,
That is your second homosexual comment that you've made on this call, from looking at Mr. Dark Chocolate over there and thinking he's naked, and asking the 15-year-old to show you topless pictures of men.
Oh, I was not asking
yeah.
to see.
David, are you a fan? Do you like men? You seem like that kind of guy. I mean, you say you're afraid to talk to women. It seems more like you
Oh,
just
sorry, I'm
like
not
men.
gay like you. I'm not a
I
gay
don't know. I
like
mean,
you.
I'm
I
just
don't like
asking. I
you.
mean, as Ismail has mentioned, it's not twice homosexual comments and stuff. So I'm getting kind of a iffy vibe from you.
Oh, so you are gay?
I don't know. You
Okay.
look gay.
So guys, we're gonna put a quick pause on this for entertainment. This is how I see this would be JB if he was a cartoon. There's this guy called
Yeah.
The good cartoon as
Oh
well.
gosh.
Nigga, what you want? I want you over my house cutting my grass like you supposed to be. Well, too bad for you, cause I just took another job. And even though they don't pay hardly nothing, working for white folks look way better on my resume. Damn it, this is the 4th week in a row you cancel on me. The yard looks like a jungle. Well, Chim Chim, you 3 vine swingers should feel right at home. I'll be there when the white man don't need me no more. And let this be yet another reminder that no matter how much money you got, you still just a nigga.
What on? Can't complain.
I believe they would back in the day you'd be the one in the house. I forgot what
He's actually white, right? He suffers from a skin disease.
No, he believes he suffers from a skin disease. His father is black. Now, who's next? Yeah, JB, go for it.
Be back.
You guys are really shit at this.
Ishmael, why do you give all these mentoring sessions to everybody, to all these boys and girls?
Is that an insult or genuine question?
Genuine question.
I came to the realization a very long time ago that most people who network are useless retards who need to network in order to have any form of value and don't bring anything to the table. And those who are worthwhile with networking end up being too busy to meet up. So those who you want to meet with are too busy to meet. And life is all about what's it called? Life is all about creating value. No, life is all about being in the right circles. So then my logic a very long time ago, this is prior to the mentorship, was cool. I'm not going to go towards people who are high value. I'm going to make myself be high value through my 5 criteria points of masculinity, which I did, and it was working very well. And then with the mentoring, I came to the conclusion, rather than find a bunch of, useless retards who might be doing well, might not be doing well, why not get a bunch of people to start doing well? And then I've got a lot of useless, no, useful slash useless human beings around the world when I need them. And to date, it has paid off, as I've been able to get favors off of people who I met them and they had $500 in their bank account, and then all of a sudden I've got wonderful credit lines when needed. Is that a good answer?
Brilliant answer. Well done.
On a side note, I appreciate how difficult entrepreneurship is, because as I've mentioned before, it took me fucking 3 years before I made money, because I went the fucking long way, and I can train someone up in like a week to make money. So why not?
What do you mean you went the long way?
I went down the route of entrepreneurship where I thought I was genetically gifted better than the rest of the world, and everything I was going to do was going to work. My ego being my ego, I needed to eat a lot of shit before I came to the conclusion maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Wonderful. JB, pick somebody, please.
Alex,
Go for it.
you say you lack confidence. Why is that?
Well, because I'm like your confidence thingy, I'm not delusional.
Okay. And you said you stopped the boxing because you had a job. So in life, when something doesn't go the way you wanted, you just blame it on the other stuff around you. Is that like a typical thing that you've been doing around your life?
Yeah, I was blaming that other stuff while sitting in the car I bought at 18 with the money I made. So, trade I took.
Yeah, that was a shit round, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go through one more round, then I'll explain to you guys why we do this and why you need to get good at this.
Mansoor.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Why do you think you go to bed every time when life gets hard?
Enjoy my dreams.
Okay. But are you too afraid to wake up because you can't make those dreams happen?
Yeah, you could say that sometimes.
What you want to say is it because in your dreams that's the only place where people look at you and don't think failure?
Okay.
Or is that your pajama that you're wearing?
That's racism. Yeah, that's what it's. Yes.
No
Sir,
hard feelings, bro. It's a joke.
No,
Whole
it's
point of
okay,
this,
it's
no?
okay.
I was also joking.
Like the
Yeah.
movie with my pajamas.
Okay, fine. Alex,
Mm, Dio, so besides the fact that you're not comfortable or confident to start getting into a relationship, what other copium do you give yourself for not having the balls to talk to girls?
or do you just masturbate in bed every night to pictures of your mother and your auntie?
Oof. Ooh. Ouch.
Dio,
Shall I? Yeah.
did it hit too close to home for you to respond?
No, not really.
It's okay, he doesn't need pictures of his mom. He just looks in the mirror at his baby face. Why else would you arrange your hair every night like this?
I really like it this way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. At least I have hair, enough hair to make something of it.
Good. Good.
You
Nice.
see, Alex, a better thing to say was he doesn't need to look at a picture. I'm pretty sure in Bulgaria, all he has to do is go into the corner of the room while they're fucking.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just move to the side of the bed.
Or wait for his turn, depending on how traditional they are. Now, Abu Bakr. Okay, fine. Rudra.
So,
Yes.
do you have a girlfriend?
Could you repeat that?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Of
Do you
course,
have what?
he doesn't have a girlfriend. He is a traditional Arab. They don't do girlfriend.
Muslim, bro.
Yes, I am Muslim. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Okay.
Do you maybe have a boyfriend?
That's wrong one. No.
Oh,
It's
brother,
worse
my
than
bad.
it's worse than having a girlfriend, by the way.
Wonderful. JB, finish it off.
Mansoor, are you married?
No? Do you have wife for me?
No, I don't think anyone would want you, honestly.
Ouch. And why is that?
Have you seen yourself? Have you heard yourself? You're losing hair. How old are you? 18. I don't think that's a good prospect.
Mansoor, your response would be, to be honest, now that I think about it, I don't mind because I'm not very good at climbing trees. Yes. Now, why do we do this retarded exercise? Yes. You have to understand that, and I'm going to use myself as an example here. At times in business, you will come across, and this is face to face or online, people who are very confident and very familiar. As an example, you could be entering a room full of people in business where they all know each other and they've decided their hierarchy, right? Making it very difficult for you to then stand up and with your chest out. There'll be multiple circumstances in which you will be challenged in life. This is natural. Now, as an example, if you are challenged and I am standing next to you, do you guys have any concerns on my ability to handle the challenge? Right? And more often than not, you would like, let's say we are in a social setting, you guys would just take a step back and let me handle it. Right? You guys need to be that version for yourselves under all conditions, where people know not to fuck with you, where people know not to shoot shots at you, and when you speak, people listen. Right? As it stands, Mansoor, you are an Arab version of Dr. Phil who just asks random questions. Right? Unable to trigger, analyze, pull pain. Right? You guys have to get good at this. I know it sounds really retarded, but it will make a very big difference with how your life gets handled. Yes, now I'm not saying always be a cunt, but the ability to be a cunt is a very useful ability. It is better to be a wolf in sheep's clothing than a sheep in wolf's clothing. And like a good chunk of you are sheep in wolf's clothing. All right. Does anyone have any questions?
How far is too far at being a cunt? So what is there levels? Is it just yeah, being able to being a cunt and then being a cunt when the situation comes? How far is too far, or is there no line? Is it
Well,
solely
when the situation calls for it,
yeah? Is it
you'll
based on
know
what they say?
you'll know how far you need to go because the other people will back down.
Okay, fair enough,
Right.
fair
At
enough.
one point, one person's backing down. Right. No, not to be that person. So you just have to go above what they do and you don't have to go much further. Because the second you catch someone stumbling and stuttering, wonderful, they're now in their head.
Right.
Any other questions?
Do you use it to the same extent with like people close to you?
Circumstantial. Like, it shouldn't be used unless someone's being volatile, cunt, over authoritarian, so on and so forth. Right? But now, I'll give an example for me. There were two guys that I know, yes? And one of them was fucking over the other guy, but because I'm a lot louder, the other guy who was getting fucked over thought it was me who was fucking him over. Yes? And then we all went to a meeting to have a negotiation. And the pussy in the group who was getting fucked over, he literally said, I'd rather not talk when Ishmael's here. I said, what the fuck do you mean you'd rather not talk when I'm here? I find it hard to talk or negotiate when you're here. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you weren't here. Which is another way of accepting the fact that he's a bitch who can't handle a negotiation with me. Because the fact is, I'm more than happy to speak. I'm more than happy to listen. I will rip apart everything that person says, but I'll let them speak their entire truth. And that's why he didn't want me on there. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he was a special type of retard because he organized then a meeting with the guy who was fucking him over and then ended up getting more fucked over. It was very fun to watch. It was very strange. I was very confused by all of it. Right? But you need to have the ability to make other people feel uncomfortable. Right? Now, as an example, I casually shoot shots at all of you guys and say some things I shouldn't say. Do you think at any point I have sweated?
Probably not.
No. Right? You guys need to have that ability where you are where you are desensitized to it and you are not intimidated by it. You can see how far it goes and you're happy to take it there. Make sense? Like, as an example, JB having the confidence to come at me knowing full well he's gonna get smacked right back in the face. Right? But at the end of the day, it's just two humans speaking. And this arguably has nothing to do with sales, just quick thinking. And the ability to offend. You guys need versatile tools in your toolbox. You guys need to genuinely work on it. All right? Now, do not be a cunt when not needed. But there are times where the cunt is needed. Make sense? Wonderful. We've got about 7 more minutes. I'm happy for you guys to fuck off and do work. If you have any questions, feel free to stay and ask questions. Cool. For the sake of it, I'm gonna. Okay. Anyone else fucking off? Okay, fuck off.
Yeah, I'll see you in 7 minutes.
More questions do you have, Dion? Or do I see you in 7
No,
minutes?
no, I ain't got anything.
Okay, cool. Then, useless.